everyone, Kimberly Olson here, back again for session number 3 of the 10X Your Productivity Workshop. We have been digging in and really getting deep on what it takes to transform our lives, which starts with how we use our time and how our day is and how we're showing up in our days, but most importantly, how we see ourselves, right? How we're talking to ourselves, how we're positioning ourselves as people who are in control, right, of our schedules. And we have been crushing it and rocking through it. And you guys have been doing such a great job. So way to go. You did another story. Okay, awesome. So if you missed the other sessions, we have the replays up for a little bit. They'll be coming down. Those are on whichever platform you're watching this on. You can look and see. We've had session 1, session 2, doing session 3 right now, talking about effectively running your day with a results-oriented approach. I'm going to teach you the 4 quadrants today. And for some of you, you might know the 4 quadrants, but you might need a refresher, okay? Because it's so easy to get pulled into the wrong quadrants or really get mixed up on what are the most important things that you need to be doing every day. So we're going to get into that, and then we'll have session 4 to round out the day. So welcome back, you guys. What's been your favorite part so far? Drop it in the comments. Could be just the energy of this workshop. It could be hearing people's stories. It could be starting to view your time differently, or just feeling like, I got this, right? Like, I can do this. Let me know in the comments your favorite takeaways or just kind of ahas, insights, okay? Also, tag the person who invited you. I forgot to say that earlier today. Sorry, everyone. Tag the person who invited you. Let them know that you're here. Maybe you're talking to someone in Team Goal Digger. Maybe you've invited a friend. Use the @ symbol and tag them so they know you're here. Or if you have at least 1 or 2 friends you want to invite to this, please do share this out because I really want to make sure people get this information. We've never taught this before. And we only repeat stuff like once a year, maybe every other, every 18 months. It's not frequent. So we know that people want this information. Okay. So we're on session 2, which is really cool. And I'm going to give away a few things. So if you shared this on your wall, in your stories, anytime today, you are getting entered into a giveaway right now. So if you win, you just have to email our team that you won and send us your address. So I just put me in the comments. If you shared this workshop with anybody, put me in the comments. Okay. The first thing I'm going to give away is the Goal Digger Journey. This is an amazing journal because I put a lot of heart into it. And so this has affirmation, claim, you can claim things for yourself. It has quotes at the bottom. It has, I can't show you any quotes. It's not, there's a quote at the bottom. It has power words throughout. Okay, so is it Tara or Tara? You'll have to let me know. Williams, you are our first winner. Just email the team, thegoaldiggergirl@gmail.com. You get the journal. I'm also raffling off the Goal Digger devotionals. I picked out 52 scriptures from the Bible centered around prosperity, wealth, abundance to show you it is biblical to be wealthy, you guys. Okay, so this is going to be Katie Tyler gets this one. So, and then I have scripture and then my interpretation on the back. So that's nice. You can just take cards out whenever you want to. And then we'll also raffle off. We're going to raffle off more today. We're going to raffle off this book. #1 international bestseller, Boss It Up, Babe. Okay. People always say, like, what did you do to build on social media? And that's what I did. So I teach you all of that really about around branding. So if you need help with your online brand, and this is going to go to Michelle Grant Macht. Is that how you say it, Michelle? Macht? I probably said it wrong, Michelle. Michelle's our winner for this book. So email us. Just shoot the email to thegoaldiggergirl@gmail.com and we'll get you hooked up. Okay, let's jump in. We've got a lot to cover in a short amount of time. Here we go. Session 3, effectively running your day with a results-oriented approach. Okay, if you're following along, congratulations, by the way. If you're following along, it's in the workbook. If you're not in the workbook, just get pen and paper out. Let's go, okay? So developing your DMO, which is your daily method of operations. The first thing you want to do is you want to determine your non-negotiables for your business through the daily activity tracker, okay? So we need to make sure our rocks are on the schedule like we talked about. Schedule your daily activity right onto your calendar and click repeat. So if you have a paper calendar, that's totally fine, but we want to make sure the things that are really important to us are showing up every week in our business. Let's say you finally find time in your schedule to plan out your content for the month, okay? So maybe you say the last Friday of every month, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to plan out the following month's content. and you do that. It's a Friday, you plan out the next month's content. How good would it feel, by the way, to have your content planned out, right? Well, the next month comes by and you didn't schedule it. You didn't put it on repeat. You're feeling so good with all the content planned out that you forgot what it took to get ahead of your schedule. What we want to do is say, okay, the last Friday of every month, I have a 2-hour block and I just plan out all the content. Last Friday of the next month, I plan it out. Okay, so you see how we're getting into routines, habits, and systems. Yes, Sunday nights. That has become part of your DMO, how you operate, how you run your days and your weeks. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so I'm going to show you our daily activity tracker. All right, so this right here, we'll put the link for you guys, and we'll also put it in the replay in the title. This will be in the back office if you're doing VIP. So you're just going to click file, make a copy. Okay, don't try to edit this. Don't request access. We'll just delete your email if you do that. Okay, you need to follow the guidelines there. File, make a copy. When you do that, it is now yours. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go through this on your own, and you're going to delete things that don't apply. Or maybe you want to add TikTok instead of Reels, right? You can change this to whatever you want. Maybe you don't do birthday messages, just delete that, okay? So you can play around with this, and it can just be certain days of the week. You can just use this and just put a little box, you can color it in. Maybe you post on Facebook certain days of the week, go live certain days of the week. There's all kinds of things you can do with this, okay? So I just broke it up morning, evening. You could do it one time a day. You could break it up. And then also we're gonna total up. How many people do we share about what we do? How many new customers or clients? And then how many business builders, okay, if applicable. But you want to track that. You want to see, okay, when I put in work, I get results. Remember, it's not going to happen overnight for some of you. It's going to take some time, and that's okay. So you can use that to kind of map out like the nitty gritty, kind of the specifics of some of the activity that you want to do. So you can work on that. But that's the money-making activity. Those are the results-oriented approach. We want to be specific on what the daily activity is required for us to get the results that we want, okay? What do you actually need to be doing in your business every day to move the needle, okay? All right, so crushing a results-oriented approach. We're in the workbook here. I've got 5 strategies for you to crush your results-oriented approach. Number 1, constantly ask. So this is internal dialogue. This is self-coaching. Constantly ask, is this results-oriented? Is this results-oriented? I'll have the team drop the link for you guys. Yeah. Yep. We'll drop the link. Okay. Yeah. If you can't find something, you can just email our team, Tracy. And yeah. Okay. So constantly ask yourself, is this results oriented? Right? If you're working on your logo, you're working on your website, you've been working on your website for, 5 years. That's not results oriented. Nobody's going to your website. They don't even know about you. It's better for you to post on social media every day and do some stories and make some friends and go network in some Facebook groups. That's results oriented. Some of the things that you've been avoiding are the exact things you need to do to actually make some money. Have a tough conversation with yourself and self-coach. Number 2 is master one thing at a time. Master one thing at a time. I mean, I can't think of anything more important than mastering your productivity outside of working on your mindset, obviously. But let's say you want to release a podcast. You see yourself writing a book. You definitely want to get your landing pages going, a freebie, email marketing, all the pieces, right? You can't do all of that today. And if you go to try to do all of that today or tomorrow, you're going to get none of it done. And you're going to feel like you suck and you can't do this. And then you're like, oh, forget it. This is too much. Whenever you say to yourself, it's just too much. I'm overwhelmed. We all feel overwhelmed, by the way. It's normal. That is self-limiting behavior that leaves you in a cycle of giving up. Stop giving up. Keep going and saying, okay, I'm overwhelmed because I have too much on my plate. And we'll talk about saying no in a second. You have too much on your plate because you say yes to everybody but yourself. Stop doing that. Make this a priority, okay? But you're going to master one thing at a time. I didn't quit my job by launching network marketing and coaching and the podcast and the book, becoming a speaker, going live all the time, learning Instagram, because that wasn't even on my radar when I started. I didn't have success because by doing all those things at once, I did one at a time and I mastered it. I'm like, okay, time to learn Instagram. And I bought a course, I read a book, I watched what people were doing that were successful in my space, and I mimicked what they did and I figured it out. Okay. So it's one thing at a time. It really is. Number 3, capture new ideas, but don't act on them. So as ideas come to you, we need a place to capture them. So it could be a Trello board. I always like at the very back of my planner, my paper planner, where I plan out like launches, and I like to just kind of be creative with a paper planner. Or maybe there's a special notebook you have. Just write down all the ideas that come to you. This is a Warren Buffett strategy we teach in our programs. He said, pick the 5 things that are most important to you. Guard those 5. Don't do anything else. Because what we tend to do is we're like, oh yeah, I'm going to write a book. And then suddenly we're launching a podcast when we really want to write the book. And then I got to get my network marketing going. But wait, I'm a coach and I need a brand. Like, you're in a glass case of emotion, right? There's all the things. So number 3 is capture new ideas, but don't act on them. You need a place to capture them, or your brain's going to get a little anxious. When those ideas come, your brain wants them to be protected. Okay. So just parking lot them. When you finish the things that you already have on your list, then you can go to the parking lot. Number 4, ignore everyone else's to-do list. Ignore everyone else's to-do list. Ignore them. Just ignore them. So emails, DMs, text messages, that's what everybody else wants from you. Ignore those things. Don't wake up, and unless you're working for someone and it's part of your job, right? But like, don't wake up and be like, okay, what emails are there? And you're just responding and reacting to everybody else. Like, you need to be an independent thinker. You need to be a boss. You need to decide what's most important, how you start your day. Probably not checking your emails, okay? So ignore everyone else's to-do list and realize if you respond and react to everyone else, the whole day is going to go by and you're going to realize you've done nothing that was on your list. Number 5 is avoid education constipation. Avoid education constipation. Yes, it's kind of funny. Okay, avoid it. What I mean by that is, you know a lot of things, okay? We don't want to just learn today. We want to implement. If you're learning and learning and learning and not implementing, you will feel something. It might be anxious. It might be overwhelmed. It might be this feeling of unrest, just kind of unsettled. It's because you're constipated with education. There's just so much information in your brain. And if you're not executing it and implementing it, then it can feel like a lot, and it is. Like, it's a lot for your brain and your nervous system. So instead, we're going to learn and implement as fast as we can. All right, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to talk about the 4 quadrants of peak productivity. If you're on Instagram and you want to see it, you can just pop into Goal Digging Boss Babes. Oh, here we go. It is our Facebook group where this is. Okay, so for this right here, some of you maybe seen it, but let's do a refresher if you haven't. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little self-reflection to see where we're at, okay? So was it, I don't even know who came up with this. Stephen Covey, somebody from a long time ago that's a leader when it comes to productivity and all of that. Maybe you guys know. It doesn't matter. Someone awesome. Thank you for creating this. Okay, so for the 4 quadrants, there are 4 quadrants. This one right here is important and urgent, okay? So this quadrant right here, important and urgent, is the most important because it's important, meaning it's a money-making activity, or maybe your kiddos need something, and it's urgent. It's timely. You need to put your attention on it. So let's say you're about to launch something and you get a text from someone on your team that says, oh no, the landing page isn't working. That's important because you need the landing page to work for your launch, and it's urgent because the launch is that day. Some of you can relate to that, right? Important and urgent. This isn't a place where you can consciously be because it's urgent. It's the fires that pop up that actually need your attention. Okay, so you'll spend some time here The next place is the not urgent and important. So this right here, non-urgent and important, is typically the most important quadrant to be in, but it's the quadrant people are in it the least. Go figure, right? So not urgent or important would be, you need to make that freebie. You need to make your workbook on Canva, turn it into a freebie so you can get leads. When you do reels, people click the link in your bio, opt into your freebie, right? It's not urgent. There's nobody who's going to show up at your house today and tell you, where's your freebie? Okay. But it's important. The tricky thing about being an entrepreneur is there's nobody knocking on your door. There's no email coming across your desk telling you to get stuff done. It's you. You're leading your own self, right? And if you've been in a corporate space or have been in an employee mindset, you got to get out of that and you've got to shift into an entrepreneur mindset. So this right here, ask yourself in the last week, how much time have you spent in the not urgent, but the important? A lot of times creativity, or this is another big thing I see, and this is, we actually have in-person components to all of our programs for the most part. And this is why we do them, is we need people to take time to work on themselves and their businesses. If you aren't taking regular time to assess and reflect and analyze and make adjustments, you're just surviving. You're just flying by the seat of your pants, doing the same thing you've always been doing. You need time, you need downtime to actually sit and ask yourself, is this working for me? Am I enjoying this? What could I do different? How could I simplify? How can I streamline? How can I be better? Okay, that's going to be in the not urgent, important. Bottom quadrants, not important, but urgent. This would be DMs, notifications, just little things that pop up all throughout the day, right? It's just all email, social media, everything coming at you. This is not important, but it feels really urgent, right? So a lot of times people spend quite a bit of space in here and they actually feel like it's important, but it's not. So this is often just you making a good choice that it's not serving you. And the last one is not important and not urgent. So what do you have going on that's not important and it's not urgent? Those are the things that you need to get off your list, okay? So let's say that you want to organize all of your leads alphabetically, and you want to go look up all their social media to find out where they're from. You want to go on their profiles and see if you could figure out, how old their kids are. What did they go to college for? Like, you want to just do this like big project. It's not urgent. And you can even have the discussion with yourself to say, is that really important? Like, is that actually going to help me? This is where if you have a green personality, you get stuck in this area because you think, oh yeah, I'm going to make this master database. Put guilty if you've ever done that. You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to make this master database. I'm going to make this big thing. It's going to be so amazing. And you actually spend so much time on it that you actually don't work and like talk to those people, right? That's fake working. Okay. How about we all commit to stopping the fake working? Can you guys commit to that? I commit to stopping the fake working. Just put I commit in the comments. I commit. Let's get rid of the fake working. Okay. So down here is a lot of fake working. We want to spend our time in the top quadrants and really, really shift into the top right quadrant. That's going to be the money making, the vision, the strategy. This is where you're going to get the 10x results in your business. Okay. So that's in your workbook. So you guys can find that in your workbook. Okay. Look at all this commitment. I love it. This is awesome. Okay. So we're going to chat about the action items for this section. We're not quite done, but I want to touch on it for session 3 and actually let's reflect on that. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry guys. We'll make sure you have the links that you need. Yeah. Don't stress out about it. Okay. We'll put any links that we mentioned in that session, we'll put them in the description of the title of the video, wherever you're watching. Okay. Just give us a second to do that. Yeah. It's quite the undertaking to put on events of this scope. Just put it at that. We're happy to do it, but just give us a little grace there. Okay. Love this commitment. When you looked at the quadrant, where are you spending most of your time? Put that in the comments. Important, urgent, not urgent, important, not important, urgent, or not important, not urgent. Where are you spending most of your time? I want to know. Okay. Put that in the comments. Okay. So just a reminder, we'll get into the homework here in a second, is I want you to think about, as we're working on this together, for you, where you're at right now. We have 90 days, just over 90 days. I would say 93, 94, probably, under 100 days between now and the end of the year, right? We have less than 100 days between now and the end of the year. What could it look like for you if you actually had a program that you could step into to say to yourself, I am important. This is important. I need the guidance, the coaching, the mentorship that these other women are sharing that they've received to have that structure. But most importantly, a lot of you aren't treating this like the business that it is because it just isn't staying top of mind for you, right? Life happens, you talk yourself out of it, you're like, oh, I can't do that, right? Just want to remind you that until you make a change, until you do something different, nothing is going to change for you. And you're going to find yourself in the not important, urgent a lot, which is a lot of what you guys have been saying. That bottom second, or the bottom of the quadrant, takes a lot of energy. It's draining. It's holding you back from everything that you want in your life. And that's why I want to invite you into the Millionaire Mindset Experience. Never done this before. 6-month group coaching model where you can come in and really learn how to recalibrate your mindset for success. Like, let's really work together to reprogram it. Because until you see yourself as valuable and worthy and can make a difference in showing up powerfully on social media, finding your people and all of that, and learning sales and marketing, nothing is going to change, right? And so you investing in yourself is saying, I am worthy. I need to learn this stuff. I know if I invest in myself, I can get that tenfold, okay? I have spent $500,000 on coaching and I have made 10x that, way more than that, okay? So those that invest in themselves grow really fast. If you want to compress time, you want quantum leaps in your business, you want to totally change the trajectory of your life by the end of this year, and you're posed for 2024 to be the biggest year of your life, then this is the program for you. So just put boss in the comments if you haven't yet, or put it in there again. I'll be watching you as well. I'm happy to connect. If any of you want to connect with me on it, you just want to say, hey, this is where I'm at. Do you think it's a good fit for me? I'm happy to have a conversation with you. So you can connect with your contact at Team Goal Digger, or shoot me a DM, and I'm happy to have a really honest conversation with you, and I will, okay? And I'm really good at talking to husbands. Just let me get in front of them. I'll help you out, okay? Because again, our other programs range from $10,000 to $35,000. How much would it cost for you to go to college and learn some of this stuff? Which, let's be honest, are you really going to learn this stuff at college, right? Not undermining education. I have lots of degrees. I love learning. But for you right now and where you're at, because I know my people, you need this. You need this to learn how to change your mindset and how you see yourself. Let's build a new identity together, okay? So from backstage, I'm going to bring Andrea Martin up. I see her patiently waiting in her car. And Andrea is such a gem. I've met her a couple of times in person. She's just one of those people that loves people. She prays over others. She asks how she can help. She sends my girls little gifts in the mail. They're like, who is this lady? I'm like, she's just a big heart and just loves you guys because she loves me. But she's somebody who has so much to offer, and just really figuring out, like, what does that look like on social media, getting clients, getting things going. So I'm going to have her share a little bit about her story. Okay. Andrea, welcome on.
Hey, thank you so much. Hey, you know how life is, and sometimes you have to pivot. So I'm in the car today. We pivoted.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, that's what it's all about. So fill everyone in. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, Kimberly, thank you so much. Well, I'm Andrea Martin. I'm a wife, mom of 5, grandma of 4. I'm a functional medicine nutritionist. I help people uncover the root cause of their issues through functional medicine and frequency scanning. I help people build a plan. You're right. I do have a heart. And I know God gave us this amazing body, and He wants us to live well and to live whole. And so that's what the journey that I've been on. And the more that I learn, it's like I know there's more that we don't know. And there's so many pieces to the puzzle. As we put those together, our bodies want to heal. So that's the message I want out there to people. And I want to help you get to the root cause and get to that root cause resolution so you can live your calling on purpose.
I love that so much. So tell everyone, where were you at in your entrepreneurial journey when you first connected with me and the team? Kind of paint the picture for us.
Where was I at? I knew I needed more. I knew I wanted more. I knew there was a lot out there that I didn't understand. And I was in network marketing, still am, and I built that business a lot on social back 10 years ago and had kind of just gotten in a slump and knew there was more. And I started listening to your podcast. That's where I found you, was on
Oh,
podcasts.
funny. Love that.
And, yeah, and I listened to them daily, multiple times. And my husband heard you a lot. So yes, you are great with the men too. So, but yeah, he got to hear you a lot. And, you spoke to my heart, and that's because you are a passion driven leader and you help pull out that vision. And that's what you kept building for me, even through those podcasts before I ever connected in a program, was the vision of, I know there's more. I know I'm called to more. So how do I do that and implement that to tell the world? There's a message of hope, health, healing. There's so many people not living their calling. And that's what I feel like you help do for people. You help just start that bubbling up inside of us, that deep inner being of, okay, who are you? What are you called to do? How can I help you get there? And you do that.
Oh, you're so sweet. And I love that you have that direct sales experience and background and that you were having success, but you're like, I want more. And I know for you, a big thing you said, gosh, because you love your company you're with, you love the product. I'm a happy customer. But for you, and it's to say, and you were thinking, well, what else can I do? Right. Because you have a lot of certifications and expertise and really helping women be the whole woman, right? And really feel healthy and whole and happy and all the things. And you have just this like medical approach to it, but holistically, which is so beautiful. So what has it been like for you to like launch that and get that going?
It's been amazing, and as I dig deep into the tools that you've given me, and then the tools that I acquired, through my certifications and training and all that within the medical field, it's given me that, just that knowing that I know that there is so much more that people need and want and that they're not getting, and that I have answers. And it's really about how to try to get that information out to, I guess, the masses. How can I best compromise time or compress time so that I'm working smarter, not harder. And you've helped me to do that. And it's going to continue to grow. I can't wait to see where I'm at by the end of the year.
Oh,
We've had a lot of life, and that is something else that I so appreciate you and your team. Because I've had to step back a little bit just with life happening for our family and caring for elderly parents and things like that. And now it's like, okay, shackles are off. It's time to go. It's time to just, it's time to soar and really get that mission out there of there's hope, there's help. And you have helped give me that confidence to do that, to say, hey, people need to know what you have. And I'm building it step by step with your all's guidance. So,
yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned that with life happening in family. What would you say to somebody who is looking at our program? So it's a 6-month group coaching program, Millionaire Mindset Experience. So we're going to focus on mindset, marketing, making money, just the core fundamentals of what you've experienced. What would you say to someone who's worried about like the time commitment? Will they actually implement making that investment in themselves? What would you say to someone watching with us today?
I'd say take the leap, do it, because you guys are great. And, it's going to be there. And sometimes we work in those stolen moments. And I had to learn that as a mom. It might be I have 10 minutes to sit down, and you are so good about putting it in bite-sized pieces. So do it, because if you don't, it's going to be when, there's always going to be something that's going to be stopping you. And
Mhm.
so do it now, because I say do it. You don't know what's coming down the path. Time is now. I pray, ask the Lord, is this your time? And then if you have that yes, you go for it, because you're going to provide exactly what's needed. And I've seen that in the programs. I've done the money mindset, and something that you taught me about money's energy. I just said that to my husband this morning. Money's energy. I mean, so much of what you have taught me in these programs, I use daily. It's not just about business, but it's about life and those life skills. And this needs to be taught in high schools. I don't know. It needs to be, seriously, it is life skills for your whole family. And so I say, do it. Don't hesitate. Jump in. Do it scared. Sometimes you make these decisions and you do it scared, but God will meet you exactly where you need to be. And I trust that. And I've seen that because I jumped in small and I kept jumping and jumping. And then I did it all. And I'm like, and I have no regrets at all. I'm so thankful. And I can't wait to see the next season.
Yeah, I mean, you're just getting started, honestly. If you guys want to follow her, she teaches like how do you implement a holistic, healthy lifestyle with like practical things. But Andrea, I'd say you're almost like a detective. Like she's really good at like if your family, someone in your family or your own health, like something's not right and you don't know why, she's so equipped with so many tools and resources. So I've personally worked with her, lots of women in our community, in their family. She's worked with kids. I mean, go follow her. And I think that would be good for you. For those of you that was a priority for you when you were choosing the areas in your life. So thank you for the work you're doing, but also for coming on and sharing. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I love you. And I love this community. And, I have made lifelong friends through this community, one with you and then the other women. And when you have women that are together that are there to support each other, at our retreat that we were in Florida, just that masterminding, you pull out something in people that I've not seen other people be able to do. And I've been in a lot of trainings. And so thank you for being you and your team that you raise up and that you nurture. It's a gift, very much so a gift.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I see lots of the ladies on here. You guys all so encouraging to each other. So thanks for saying that, Andrea, and for being on. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Love you, lady. Bye-bye.
Bye. You too. And that she's right. Like it is about masterminding and connecting and community. Because I'll tell you guys, being an entrepreneur, say me in the comments if you've ever been like, should I be doing this? It seems a little crazy, right? Or can I do this? Maybe not. Maybe I should just not do it. Or maybe I should go back to a job, right? We've all had those moments. I have a friend that we used to joke, I just want to be a stamp looker at a post office. Like there's times when we just want to, like, it's too hard, right? It's not too hard. You will always be equipped with the next step on your path, but you can't get to the top of the mountain and experience success unless you keep going and get to the top of the mountain to experience success. Most people quit, most people fail. And you know, it's really interesting. Research has shown that the average person quits a couple of weeks before their breakthrough. For you, quitting might be the stop, go you're doing. I'm watching you guys. I see you. Okay. You come on strong. You're posting every day. You're so excited. And then you just stop. It's like, why did you stop? Because you got in your head. You self-sabotage. You told yourself, I can't do this. The power of community and being around others that get it and are also working on themselves is so understated. I'm glad she mentioned that. And the money mindset piece. Yes, that is huge. Okay. Money is energy. God wants you to be abundant. He wants to bless you. Okay. But you have to go first. You have to take that step, which is really, really important. Okay. All right. So to finish up session 3, just a reminder, put VIP in the comments, VIP. If you want to get the replays, you want to get all the additional resources I've mentioned, you want to get the AI Advantage workshop on Friday, the intensive, it's 2 hours. I'm literally going to teach you how to use AI to create content, to get a lot done. Like, what do you actually need to use it for? And I'm going to go through all of it and screen share and show you. Like, you literally will be like, oh my gosh, I get it now. It's not going away. It's part of your life. If you want to save time and think time and get, having something help you be creative and plan out content and just show up more consistently and more powerfully and learning to repurpose content, that's for you. Okay. So VIP, put that in the comments. It looks like the team dropped the link. You can just click the link. Thank you guys. And then you'll also get the productivity playbook, which is an ebook we put together to support this training. You're also going to get Why Balance is BS audiobook. So you can just listen and go through that. That's really about productivity, time blocking, like prioritizing, really helpful if you have a family and have kiddos or elderly parents, just others in your life. Okay. So your key action item for this session is to solidify your daily activity. So I think the team dropped the link below. Did you guys drop the link? They do need, everyone is wanting that link. So we'll put it on the replay if not. So just watch the replay and you'll see it at the top. Refresh after I end this stream. The daily activity, I want you to solidify your daily activity. Go through, make a copy and delete, add, change. Like I want it to be yours, okay? Schedule time onto your calendar to complete the task required. So you got to have your master and then you've got a time block. Okay, I am going to post on Facebook, post on Instagram. You can automate that, by the way. I'm going to go in my stories. I am going to hit the DMs. I'm going to check notification. Like, where's the block of time for that? You need to meet some new people. Okay, when are you doing that? You can't just be like, oh yeah, I need to grow my network. Like that's not going to get you anything. You need to actually grow your network, right? Okay. So action item is to get that done. Okay, just let us know. You can just check in on these streams and let us know. So what we're going to do for session 4, do one more giveaway. So post in your stories, you finished session 2, session 3, I mean, post in your stories. I finished session 3. I'm crushing the 10X Your Productivity Workshop. Whoop, whoop. Put it in your stories, tag us. We will give you a shout out for that. It'll put you into another giveaway we're going to do on the last session. Session 4, mastering the skills of achievement. Woo, this one is going to be all about how do you actually achieve? How do you become an achiever? How do you actually accomplish the things that you put in session 1? That's what we're going to dig into to wrap this up. Okay. Yeah, it's right there. Allison just tracked or put it on there. Oh, I actually have a different one for you, Allison. Here, let me get it to you guys. Okay. So weird. It's like not letting me here. Let me send it over this way. I'm going to put it, I'm emailing it over to Allison. So if you're watching this live or on replay, look below in a second and you'll see Allison drop the link for it. We're also going to put it in the description of this stream. So if you're watching the replay of the recording, just look in the description. If you have VIP, it'll be in your back office. Okay. So that one right there is actually a Google sheet instead of the Trello board. Yeah. Okay. So we've got that covered. VIP, extra entry for a giveaway. I'll do one more giveaway for the last session. And then let me give you the time for the final session. Okay. So we're going to break and then we're going to come back at 1:25 Central. So that is 16, 17 minutes from now. We'll come back and we'll do session 4 of mastering the skill of achievement. Okay. So set your alarms because, you know, it's the witching hours, not yet, but almost, where depending on your time zone, you know, as the day goes on, we kind of lose momentum a little bit. No. You're going to finish strong. You said you're going to finish this. Be a person of your word. And that's how you build a new self-identity. Okay. So meet us back here in however long I said, 1:25 Central, which is not very long from now. Okay. Come back. You'll see a new stream happening. Let's finish this together. Okay. I'll see you guys very soon. My company is called The Goal Digger Girl, and we serve female entrepreneurs, teaching them how to use social media. So simple systems, online strategies, and sales and marketing. So really anyone who wants to be able to take their brick and mortar online or maybe scale their business, monetize their personal brand, we teach them exactly how to do it through social media. The ultimate mission is to allow women to own their voice, own their worth, and know that they can make a difference. I first started following Kimberly, I want to say close to 2018. I liked the way that she was talking about how she was connecting with her customers. It just felt different than other things that I had seen. The community that you get with Like a Goal Digger is absolutely wonderful. I really feel like I could reach out to anybody that was in the community.
It definitely made an impact in my own personal development and growth. And then getting the opportunity to work with a strategy session with her was a pivotal moment for me. And that's actually how I developed my agency.
I have reached a crossroads in my life, and then I met Kimberly, and it was like she said, I just got lit. It was just like my life was renewed, and I found a new meaning and a new start.
What kind of gets me out of bed in the morning and keeps me up late at night is this drive that I have to ignite the fire in others, to inspire change, lasting change for themselves, their families, their communities, and eventually, I really think we can change the world.